Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 01111 California, Los Angeles area later on this week. I guess that's his first trip as the
47th?
Second, that's the 47th. Yeah, it was 47th president. Vanessa Bryant did something pretty cool over the weekend. Is
that Kobe's widow?
Yes.
Okay.
She donated 8,000 pieces of apparel and sneakers to help families that are impacted by the fires, like new shirts and stuff like that she had access to, probably through relationships with Nike and stuff like that. And she did it at Dodger Stadium over the weekend. So that's pretty cool. She's doing stuff like that. I mean, she could very easily just disappear and be fine. And she was heartbroken over the tragic death of her daughter and Kobe Bryant in that helicopter crash years ago. It's interesting as you read more and more about these fires. We were talking about the Teslas earlier. Now they're finding cancer-causing chemicals in the water sources for Los Angeles now when they're doing the testing because of things like that. Because of
I would think that's not, expected at this point with that so much loss and chemicals and just things from your home too going into the groundwater.
Did you see? You might not have saw this over the weekend. I meant to text you the link on it. It was pretty incredible. There was a house that was built up on the Palisades, and the guy is an architect, and he is an architect that takes into account living in fire zones. And I really think the state of California should source this guy as in some kind of leadership role for building homes. His house unscathed in the fire. His next door neighbors, direct next door neighbors, burned to the ground. To the ground. He was up against the vegetation, and he used materials it was crazy. The technology that went into it. Like, he had a little sprinkler system that went off underneath the house because it was likely that the flames would climb up the hill where he was positioned on it. I mean, he took all this stuff, these not tile, but like vinyl type siding that was fireproof, windows that actually deterred the fire from coming up because they blocked out heat. So if heat was getting inside, it wouldn't cause like extreme heat. Like if
this is kind of what I was talking about. Yeah, last week was. It's like, here we are in 2025 now. I mean, there's got to be better technology, and it sounds like this guy's figured it out.
I mean, you take a look at this house, and it's a masterpiece. I mean,
but who can afford that, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, he owns an architect firm, so he's got quite a bit of money. But now I would think that he's in even more high demand because he could be like, well, look at my house. I mean, it escaped the wildfires, and look at my neighbors.
There's going to be so many great stories that come out of this. I know they're putting together this big relief concert. But one of my favorite stories is a local story, and it's about a local San Luis Obispo fire chief. I don't know if you saw this circulating around over the weekend that left a note in somebody's house. I think they lost almost the whole street. This house survived, and he just there were some windows upstairs that needed to be closed, so they had to break in, and he went into the house, and he left just a little Post-it note. And he's one of the captains from the San Luis Obispo Fire Department. It just said, hey, sorry for the mess, because I saw him on the news this morning. His name is Alec, and he had muddy boots, and they trekked it to the house. But I mean, God, can you imagine, Jeff, if your house was the only one on the block that was saved, and it was saved by these guys, and they left a note? He just said, hey, listen, sorry for the mess. We were so happy we were able to save your house. We couldn't save your neighbors, but at least we got yours. I mean, that is just, I don't know. I know that seems like, what's the big deal there? But it's just such a human touch to such a gross and terrible thing. And it's just a simple note. And, but it was great. And I'm so happy he left it. I'm so happy that I got to see it. And there's actually on KSBY, they actually caught up with him, and there's a great little sit down with him and his family that I saw this morning. And I just thought, wow, that is fantastic nice job to the San Luis Obispo firefighters for going down there. And, he said pretty much in the story that, we go down, we do these things, we're able to save somebody's house. There's no connection after the fact, we don't ever get to meet the people, but we wanted to leave a note. And I thought I would have cherished that note. I bet you those people will keep that note. They may frame it. Who knows? It may be a part of their mantle moving forward, but that was a cool story.
They'll probably come and visit too as a result of that. Like the chamber and downtown Slow should probably, thank the firefighter as well, because they'll come and visit and feel compelled to help out the community, that saved their house. I would.
Yeah, no, they've got their hands. Like I don't expect them to do anything, for a long time, but
we talk about it oftentimes, like there are places that we'll never visit because of the way they're doing things, like New York and Chicago are two of the cities. San Francisco, one that's very visitable for us, but my family does not agree with some of the things that are going on in San Francisco. And we're like, I'm going to give any of my tax revenue to San Francisco. They're screwing things up, not until they can get it right. Once they get it right, we'll go back, type of thing. And, somebody saves my house. You bet your ass I'm taking a vacation there.
I saw a map today, and it was, what is California known for? Where your wife's from, it says rednecks up north. The very actually top says Oregon. This is Oregon. But it right in the middle of the Central Coast, between Monterey and San Luis Obispo County, it says tourists. This must be one of the top tourist destinations in the state, even though I'm sure a lot of people go to Los Angeles and Southern California, but a lot of people love to come here.
Well, remember when we moved here, we never even heard of the area.
No, it's true.
What is this? Where is this?
Things we didn't get to in hashtag form with Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Hashtag, he saved it. Donald Trump signed an order yesterday to extend the TikTok in the United States. He's working with officials in China and TikTok to keep it relevant and working in the United States. And that's probably a good thing because a TikTok user shared that they discovered they had black mold in their cell phone case after taking it into the bathroom.
Number 3, keep your iPhone out of the bathroom. In fact, keep all of your phones out of the bathroom. A woman named Andy shared her own PSA on TikTok.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
She opened her phone case to show the inside. It was covered with black mold. Here's why.
Her.
Andy, like so many other people, likes to bring her phone in the shower to do some karaoke and listen to her favorite tunes, like you and I.
Yeah.
But her case, which we believe is made of silicone, didn't take kindly to the moisture, which led to the mold. It's also a reminder to take your case off and clean your phone every once in a while.
All right, there you go. So don't take your phone in the bathroom if you're taking a shower or if it gets moist. Take it out of its case. And
I wonder how that affects people that live in naturally humid environments. Like if you live in...
like Florida?
Like
Georgia?
In the South or something like that. Yeah. I mean, is there any escaping that at all? I mean, I guess you go inside your house
you
and
clean your phone on the reg, as they like to say. On the reg. So... let's see. Got some sad news. Whitesnake and Thin Lizzy guitarist John Skies passed away over the weekend, 65 years of age. He'd been battling cancer. So here we go again on our own, right? It's one of your favorites. Is This Love?
Yeah,
It's
like
one of my favorites. I like that one a little bit more. I'm more of a romantic.
Here I Go Again is a great song because we used to have to do weddings. Jeremy and I did weddings, and it was always the curveball song because it starts off super slow. It's a half and half song. And so it starts out like a slow dance song, and everybody starts slow dancing. And then in the middle, it kicks in, and it becomes a fast song. And people don't know what to do. Some people continue to slow dance because they're already in that mode. And other people start rocking out, and it creates mass confusion on the dance floor. And nobody sees it coming. You could do it 1,000 times, and people will go out there like it's a slow song.
Unless they hear this and then you DJ their wedding and they're like, I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing. Joe Haley writes in, he goes, Reg, is that short for regular?
Yes.
Actually, I think he's making a regular. Yes, it is. That's
regular.
That.
That's
regular.
how we say it.
Yeah.
Hashtag sneaking it past the goalie. Department of Health and Human Services on Friday awarded $590 million to Moderna because they wanted Moderna to help develop vaccines to prevent the flus that are found in cows and birds because of the avian flu virus that is out there. They're unpredictable, according to ex-Human Health and Services Secretary Javier Becerra. I wonder how much he invested in Moderna before granting them $590 million.
I feel like we might find out these type of things now moving forward. Do you feel any different today? Do you feel any different? Outside the fact I know you're coming down with a cold?
I'm not feeling good today. Cautiously optimistic about the transparency of our government. We'll see where it goes. I'm cautiously optimistic because I think government has millions of reasons to hide everything they possibly can from us. Hopefully, the promises that were made are the promises that are kept, and we get to see how our tax dollars work and have been working for the last several years moving forward. Hashtag having trouble sleeping? Did you have trouble sleeping, Jeremy?
I fall asleep easy, but then I wake up in the middle of the night and I can't get back to sleep.
Well, according to a Boston-based sports doctor on, you guessed it, TikTok, he says wear socks to bed because socks make your feet warm, which ends up cooling the body down. And then the body being cool tells the brain that it's time to go to sleep. So if you wear your socks to bed, then it will tell you to go to sleep.
All right, give it a shot.
I'm a no socks guy in bed because I feel like they're restricting. I like to be able to move my toes around.
Toes around, in the sheets. But I'll give it a shot. I'm down. Hashtag another fun moment. Yesterday, Kid Rock at the inauguration was interviewed by a British reporter. Apparently, he was into her. She was not into him.
Well, I look like I'm ready to hit the slopes, I can tell you. I'm in full-on ski gear here with my hat, gloves, the whole thing, ready to rock, because you got to be wrapped up against the elements, don't you?
I love to go skiing. I love to go skiing. You sound sexy. You want to go with me?
No.
Well, we won't get into that right here. So we're doing no skiing
Why
today.
not?
We've got a day of broadcasting to do. But Kid Rock, thank you so much for joining us here on BBC News. Enjoy your day.
Oh, yeah. See, this is the problem.
What's the problem?
It's just... my problem is she should be... with her job, she should be more quick-witted than that, than to just, freeze up, stutter, clamor. She should be able to roll with that. That's your job. You're live. I mean, come on. Flirt back or just make a joke or something. It's just a younger generation. It's just disappoints me time and time again. It's not a big deal to anybody but me, but
I like to call this hashtag Walmart Day because there's 2 days that share thing, and I feel like you see a lot of this at Walmart when you go there from the patrons. It is International Sweatpants Day and National Cheesy Socks Day. I guess where you wear silly socks. I'm sure you'll see some silly socks and some sweatpants on display if you go to your neighborhood Walmart, because that seems to be the uniform people wear to go shopping at Walmart.
And pajamas, right? The pajamas.
Yeah, pajama. It's not pajama pant day, but it's sweatpants day with the neck closest
Or
thing.
silly sock day, right? Silly sock day.
Yeah, I think that's
Big
what cheesy
silly
sock day is. Yeah.
And hugging day. Today's go hug somebody. I had a friend who was visiting, and I introduced him to some of my other friends, all guys, all older than me. I'll tell you right now, I knew who they voted for, and it wasn't her. So they're not into hugging. And this guy's from California. You know, we're huggers in California, right? I'm not from California, but I became one of these people. All of a sudden, I noticed I was hugging guys, and he goes up and he meets my buddy, and he puts his arms around him. He goes, "Oh, we got a hugger here, guys." It set the mood for a great afternoon. John Fetterman, he doesn't care. He's wearing the sweatshirt and shorts to the Trump inauguration. I say, good for you, John. Good for you. Because that's who you are, right? You always see John Fetterman. You know who John Fetterman is, right? He's the
Senator from Pennsylvania.
Senator from Pennsylvania. So he's always wearing that black sweatshirt. Maybe it's other colors, I don't know, and shorts. So good for you, John. Way to what was it, like 20 degrees outside?
He caught a lot of flack for that, by the way.
Oh, who cares? And that's why I bring it up. Who cares? He was there. Who cares?
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi wasn't there. She was too busy trading Moderna. Like, hold on a second. Moderna got $590 million from the government. Let's go ahead and do some trades today. Although I don't think the stock market was open yesterday. Great day to be sick. I'm so glad I'm sick today. Nobody's going to want to give me a hug, and I escaped it by a year. In fact, I'm going to mark this down on my calendar ongoing to be sick on January 21st. I'm sick every year on January 21st.
KCOZ.
All right, you know the show today, and you're going to go see Chicago. We got a couple more tickets laying around, so we're going to clear them out this week. That's today through Friday. It's 2 tickets to see Chicago. Vino Robles Amphitheater. Show is on the 9th. If you text Chicago to 805-543-3693, we'll kick you back a link. You can buy your tickets right on the phone. But you know the show this weekend, you'll win a pair.
All right. What do police officers in Mount Juliet, Tennessee do if your pizza delivery driver gets arrested while bringing your pizza to your house?
It's Know the Show time. 805-543-3693 are the numbers to get through. We're giving away tickets to see Chicago, Vino Robles Amphitheater, September the 9th. You can text Chicago to 805-543-3693. Those are the 805 beer lines, and we'll kick you back a link to buy tickets. Of course, if you know the show this week, you can win a pair. Doug first in this morning. Good morning, Douglas.
Good morning.
All right, Doug. Good.
Going great.
Mount Juliet, Tennessee. If your pizza delivery driver gets arrested on an outstanding warrant, what will the police do for you?
Well, the police are a hell of a lot nicer there. They'll deliver your pizza.
Wait, has this happened to you here? How do you know that they won't do it here as well?
Well, I was fortunate enough when I was in college and was delivering pizza. The cop actually pulled me over for speeding, and he told me, all right, fine, just go slow down. This was at the time when it was Domino's, 30 minutes or less delivery.
Oh, yeah.
Did Domino's have to abandon that I guess, policy? Because guys like you would speed to get the pizza delivered?
So I'm guessing, yeah, because I was always speeding.
Got to get to that next pizza delivery.
Yeah,
man.
well, I'm pretty sure. I mean, when pizza drivers are causing accidents, they probably said, maybe we had to change this marketing. Can we bring the Noid back? All right, man. Remember, they brought the Noid back after that, just for I don't know. It was just a short time. Doug, you're the man. You got 2 tickets to see Chicago.
that's awesome. I am excited.
Hey, Doug, I got to ask you, when you left your job at Domino's, because I'm guessing you eventually did,
Yeah.
did you take the pizza bag with you? I would have taken the pizza bag with me. That thing seems pretty handy. Man, I want one of those so bad.
Back in college, it was a long time ago, but that probably would have been a good idea.
Well, I would imagine they would have charged you or deducted your pay.
That's fine.
If they didn't have that conversation with you, like, hey, you lose this, we're gonna, it's $100.
No, they were just on the shelf. No one would have ever known if any were gone.
See, I think that pizza bag is worth its weight in gold, because I'm always amazed at how, like, especially, like, sometimes you'll order pizza and they'll be like, yeah, it'll be 45 minutes to an hour. You're like, oh God, that pizza would be gross when you get it. And then they bring it and it's hot and you're like, what? That is awesome. I want one of those pizza bags.
I think you could just get a bag cooler, and honest to God, it would probably be pretty close.
Yeah,
like
but that's not industrial. That's not meant for
bag cooler.
Pushing. I mean, buying it at a store or something like that.
Maybe don't go to Walmart. Get a legitimate one, like one from Costco.
No, you need to buy surplus from Domino's.
All right, man. So tomorrow, another chance for you to do it. There you go. Thanks, everybody, participating in the program today. Don't forget our Justin Stearns Assist Home Loans poll question.
What about Rhonda?
It lives over at KZOZ.com.
Have you made peace with Rhonda yet?
Oh, I love Rhonda. It
got a little tenuous there for a minute.
Oh, I was just getting fired up, but yeah, no, I still love Rhonda. I know she doesn't like him, and she doesn't like, and she doesn't care if he does good, and she would probably never support him because she hates him. But that's fine. I mean, I don't. In all fairness
to Jeremy in his Rhonda rant earlier, it also happened at the same time that we went off the air. So Jeremy is somebody that once he gets fired up.
Oh yeah, it's like a fire hose.
He's a bit of
it's
a
volcano. Like a volcano. Yeah, it's like a volcano. I know. So there may have been some flames thrown your way, some lava, some molten lava thrown your way, Rhonda.
Yeah.
That I probably wouldn't have normally done it, but I was already pissed off that something happened technically with our feed. So, anyways, new question: do you think Morro Bay should turn their power plant into one of these battery storage facilities on the heels of what happened late last week up in Monterey County? With their fire up there. So you can vote in that. That's live now over at KZOZ.com. He's
Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast, brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 01111 911.